got no radio. Music is probably my greatest love. You know, of course, I love my children, my family, but music's never argued with me. You know, it's giving. You know, it's been compassionate. She got today to be alive. It's been everything to me, you know, things I couldn't find in life itself. Save the world, yeah, yeah, yeah. You think you're gonna save the world, yeah, 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 yeah.
Albert Hammond, so good to see you again. You know that you're one of my favourite songwriters. You've written Never Rains in Southern California, you've written Air That I Breathe, When I Need You, all these masterpieces. But I was very excited because there's been this burst of creativity over the last couple of years, and suddenly you've presented us with 17 new songs. I think it might be the tip of the iceberg. So I want to begin by asking you, how did this album begin? What spurred you on? I think it goes back to like 2016. I got divorced at the age of 74. I was still touring, so it helped, you know, doing something you love and have people that love you back. And then COVID came and you couldn't go anywhere. All this, you know, was a lot of pressure. And so I decided to retreat, you know, to go inside myself. And I started writing. I called my friend John Bettis, you know, who I love. I love working with him because everything's so creative and we have so much respect for each other. That's so important. And there's a chemistry, you know, which I also had with Mike Hazelwood. So I was born in London, raised in Gibraltar. When I was 19, 20, I came back to London and I got a job at the Grosvenor House Hotel. I looked around for publishers and I found this publisher called Shaftesbury Music. And I went to see them and I played them some songs and they introduced me to this Englishman called Mike Hazelwood. I lived in Essex and Mike lived in Fulham. So we thought we'd write one morning. It was a terrible, miserable day, raining. And I went down and I got there quite wet. And Mike said, do you want a cup of tea? So I said, yeah. And when he went to make a cup of tea, I picked up the guitar and he had a library of books. And I'm looking at all these titles and I saw this one that said, The Railways of Southern California. So I went, you know, on the railways of Southern California. And he screamed and he said, did you say it never rains in Southern California? I said, no, but it's a great idea. All the best mistakes.
That's, yeah. You know, so that's how that song came about.
Can we hear it?
Yeah. 3, 4. Got on board a westbound 747. Didn't think before decided what to do. All that talk of opportunities, TV breaks and movies rang true. Sure rang true. Seems it never rains in Southern California. Seems I've often heard that kind of talk before. It never rains in California. But girl, don't they warn you? It pours, man, it pours. Out of work, I'm out of my head. Out of self-respect, I'm out of bread. I'm underloved, I'm underfed. I wanna go home. It never rains in California. Girl, don't they warn you? It pours, man, it pours. Will you tell the folks back home I nearly made it? Had offers but don't know which one to take. Please don't tell them how you found me. Don't tell them how you found me. Give me a break. Give me a break. Seems it never rains in Southern California. Seems I've often heard that kind of talk before. It never rains in California. Girl, don't they warn you? It pours, man, it pours.
I mean, I've known Matthias for, I don't know,
25 years.
25 years. I called him up and I said, look, I have this idea. I'll come to Berlin, you know, I'll work on the songs with John on FaceTime on the computer. I've got the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, he's in Nashville. I'm in Berlin in a hotel room, you know, and that's how it was, you know, and it was so great. And then I'd go to the studio with Matthias. He put me in the middle of the room with a mic and he said, just sing the songs like a singer-songwriter, you know, because he wanted to get to know the songs. Everything was fine, and 2 months go by and I'm walking to the studio. I think it was March or April, and then suddenly my life changed again. You know, I felt like I was in that I'd fallen through a hole or walked through the mirror or something.
What happened?
I suddenly was seeing double. Everything was double, you know, no matter where I looked, you know. And so I told Matthias, and he called an eye doctor. We went to see the eye doctor, and the eye doctor sent me to Charité, to this hospital in Berlin. And I was there for 5 days, and they were doing all kinds of tests. And then they said to me, oh, you have myasthenia gravis. And I thought, sounds like a big word, you know, but I didn't know what it was, you know. I've been on steroids ever since, and it just got worse and worse and worse, you know. So when I listen to what was achieved at the end, you know, I think I'm just so grateful and happy that I was able to go through this incredible, you know, life experience and still was able to create, record, and sing, because now I can hardly sing.
It's remarkable.
And so as soon as I knew this, I started to sing everything as though it was going to be it, you know.
So it sounds like two things. One is that you had all this inspiration from stuff that had been happening in your personal life and whatever, you know, this has been a spur to write songs. But then by the time you go into the studio with Matthias, and Matthias, I'm assuming that you were producing and also playing guitar and so on, you were up against it.
Yes.
So it's coming from two forces in a way. There's the inspiration, but then there's the actually recording it wasn't straightforward or easy. And maybe that's given the recordings a kind of dynamic quality, I don't know, that maybe they wouldn't have had otherwise.
But it was fun. I never let anything take away from the fun of singing the songs or playing, or when Matthias would play something, I'd go, oh, that sounds great, you know. All these songs came about, I guess, because of life's experience.
My father is a doctor, he's a family man, and my mother works for charity whenever she can. And they're both good, clean Americans who abide by the law. And they both stick up for liberty, and they both support the war. My happiness was paid for when they laid their money down for summers in a summer camp and winters in the town. My future in the system was talked about and planned, but I gave it up for music and the free electric band. I went to school in hand-washed shirts with neatly ordered hair, and the school was big and newly built and filled with light and air. And the teacher taught us values that we had to learn to keep. And they clipped the ear of any idle kid who went to sleep. Then my father organized for me a college in the East. But I went to California, the sunshine and the beach. My parents and my lecturers could never understand why I gave it up for music and the free electric band. Well, they used to sit and speculate upon their son's career, a lawyer or a doctor or a civil engineer. Just give me bread and water, put a guitar in my hand, 'cause all I need is music and the free electric band. My father sent me money and I spent it very fast on a girl I met in Berkeley in a social science class. And I learned about her body, but her mind I didn't know, until deep-rooted attitudes and morals began to show. And she wanted to get married, even though she never said. And I knew her well enough by now to see inside her head. She'd settled for suburbia and a little patch of land. So I gave her up for music and the free electric band. Ooh, the free electric band. Ooh, the free electric band. Yeah.
Let's get a sense of the album. I'd really like to hear one of the songs. There's a song called Gonna Save the World.
Yeah, our idea was to make the song very old school sounding in a good way. The Beatles sound, the British sound, with old microphones, old machines, old instruments like Mellotron. Been to Nashville then, recording there the backing tracks. Also with old microphones, and old instruments, and then we went back to Berlin to my studio. I'm a part of the Hansa studio, the big hall at the wall where also U2 recorded, and
Well,
David
Bowie, famously, and so
R.E.M.
many
was
others.
there.
Yeah.
Coldplay, Albert Hammond. And then, yeah, we tried to create a mood like, you once said to me, Beatles' White Album.
Well, because it started to feel that, you know. I mean, all these songs were so different, you know, and it reminded me of the White Album.
The Mellotron.
Now, this is Nashville.
She got no radio, she got no magic screen, she got nowhere to go, but then she got a dream. She got today to be alive, running down the street, singing to the sky, gonna save the world, yeah, yeah, yeah. You think you're gonna save the world, yeah, 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 yeah. You think you're gonna save the world, yeah, yeah, yeah. You think you're gonna save the world, yeah, 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 yeah.
How about the lyrical theme of Gonna Save the World? I mean, there's themes that run throughout the whole album, and I'd say it's about personal freedom, challenges, and also this kind of idea of what's going on in the world and communication with each other. So Gonna Save the World, I mean, obviously that title suggests certain things.
Yeah.
So tell me about what was on your mind with that song?
Obvious, what I'm trying to say is it doesn't work. I mean, who decided to have borders, you know? I mean, who decided to have countries? Patriotic about this and about that. Why can't we be patriotic about the world we live in? You know, one time somebody in Spain said to me, well, you were born in London, you were raised in Gibraltar, and you now have lived in America for 50 years, you know. Where do you feel you belong to? I said, I belong to the world.
So let me get the order right. So you wrote these songs, obviously, you know, you demoed them up. You went to...
With John.
With John.
Bettis, yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you went to Hansa with Mateus, built them up. But then in Nashville, this is with session musicians.
Yes, live, yes.
So you're basically doing live recordings.
Yeah, and the vocal was live.
So you're trying to get something live so you don't kill the spirit.
It was actually live when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah,
that's an old-fashioned recording technique, which, of course, just people don't do now because it's so easy to clean things up, I guess.
Well, I only do it because I'm old.
Fair enough.
If I could make a wish, I think I'd pass. Can't think of anything I need. No cigarettes, no sleep, no light, no sound, nothing to eat, no books to read. Making love with you has left me peaceful, warm and tired. What more could I ask? There's nothing left to be desired. Peace came upon me and it leaves me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe, yes, to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe. Came upon me and it leaves me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Keeping my eyes on the road, I see you. keeping my hands on the wheel. I hold you. 99 miles from LA, I kiss you, I miss you, please be there. Passing a white sandy beach, we're sailing, turning the radio on, we're dancing. 99 miles from LA, I want you, I need you, please be there. The windshield is covered with rain, I'm crying, pressing my foot on the gas, I'm flying, counting the telephone poles, I phone you, reading the signs on the road, I write you. 99 miles from LA, we're laughing, we're loving, please be there.
What a beautiful song.
Shake a bone, shake a bone, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake.
My first question was what the hell does it mean, shake a bone? Shake what? Shake
Dancing? Yeah, what does it mean?
I mean, it's protesting about things that are going on, you know, about this world that fell on me and was crushing me. And I somehow, you know, again, when that happens, the best thing to do is to retreat. You don't face it, because if you face it, you'll be crushed. I mean, it was so powerful, all these different things. And shake a bone means, you know, fuck it, you know.
You want to listen to it?
What can I do? Yeah,
Yeah, let's hear some.
Let's hear. Yeah.
I heard a rumor in the neighborhood. That kind of talk is never something good. Crucifixion's on somebody's mind. Shake a bone, shake a bone, shake a bone, shake a bone. The muddy waters of the changing times are washing higher on that shaky borderline. Better learn to swim or make your getaway. Shake a bone.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Shake a bone.
Yeah, so you know.
Better learn to swim or make your getaway.
Yes, yes, you know. Again, you know, it still is freedom and love, and we need a change. When I need you, I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, babe, is only a heartbeat away. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch your love. I never knew there was so much love, keeping me warm night and day. Miles and miles of empty space in between us. The telephone can't take the place of your smile.
But you know I won't be traveling forever. It's cold out, so hold out and do like I do when I need you. I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, babe, is only a heartbeat away. It's not easy when the road is your driver. Honey, that's a heavy load that we bear. But you know I won't be traveling a lifetime. It's cold out, so hold out and do like I do when I need you. I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love, keeping me warm night and day when I need you.
Let's hear another song. There's a song which I very much like from the album called Looking Back. Can I ask you about that?
It's about being grateful about everything that you've done in life, the good and the bad, you know, because we've all done good and bad, and we've all gone through, you know, good experiences and bad experience, you know. John and I had like 2 and 3 hour conversations before we even wrote something.
Oh, so that's part of the songwriting process too.
Yeah,
just
John
to,
and
just
I
to
would talk almost like 3 times a week, especially when I was going through my divorce. He was like, you know, my mate, you know, because he'd been through that. He said to me, "You're handling it so well." And all those things help you, you know, when you get that kind of feedback from somebody that loves you. All those things are important, you know. So this is just, you know, hey, let's write a song. No, he was going through what I was going through. So that's what clicked. I mean, before you know, looking back, I cherish the sun that warmed my face. Looking back, I'm glad that I ran every losing race. I mean, people would think, why are you glad that you lost? Well, because if you don't, it's the experience, isn't it? I mean, if you don't do it, you don't know if you'll win or you'll lose.
Well, the other thing also is that things that you think are bad in life are always good for creativity. Always. You know what I mean? It always makes you feel
everything
more.
is good for creativity.
But generally, if you're just if everything's perfectly happy, it's slightly harder to write great songs.
Yes, exactly.
Looking back.
Looking back. Looking back.
This is a pretty today song, you know.
Once you had some years on you. Once you loved a time or two. Certain things get clearer in the rearview mirror. After your heart's had some breaks. After all the past mistakes, nothing's worth regretting, and nothing's worth forgetting. Looking back, I cherish the sun that warmed my face. Looking back, I'm glad that I ran every losing race. Life's a train
you know, looking back.
Looking back. And
Great
again,
song.
musically, wouldn't mention that because it's so different from what we've heard already. We said about the White Album being an inspiration in terms of the various styles, but it's also, you know, you're saying that this is a very modern song. Other songs are kind of more harking back to, you know, a kind of classic late 60s, early 70s sound. How did you arrive at all that? Was that just seeing what worked?
Matthias actually, I wasn't even there, you know, and he stayed overnight because he was sleeping in
On the couch.
yes,
In the studio?
in the studio, and I went in the morning, and he just had that, you know.
And
I think you played the guitar. on
Yeah,
that,
I played the
didn't you?
guitar. And also with a keyboard riff. He told me the story about the Free Electric. That
the Moog, yeah.
yeah, they had the old Moog, the first Moog actually.
Yeah.
And he told me that story. And who played that Moog? It was a famous
Michael Omardian.
Yeah, Michael Omardian.
Yeah.
And then I also bought an old Prophet synthesizer, and I was playing, needling around with it, and then I came to the sound with a ba 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 da bum.
So the nice thing that Matthias actually came up with all that. So because he's younger, the song is like more of a today song, you know.
Well, it's got the sort of futuristic element. It's kind of today and also quite 80s, you know.
Yeah.
You've got both going on at the same time.
Yeah, we also used old guitars, also 80s guitar.
Yeah.
For me, new.
Yeah.
And he also really forced me to do stuff where I would say, I don't do that. And so I played all the guitars in the end.
Yes.
And not the big session guys. So this whole song we did in my room.
Yeah.
And also tweaking
This
the synthesizer, the
this one was
monophone.
nothing in Nashville.
Nothing.
On this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a Nashville song,
No.
gotta say.
No.
This is the Berlin song.
yeah.
You know?
It's very Berlin.
If you want to leave, I won't beg you to stay. And if you gotta go, darling, maybe it's better that way. I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna do fine. Don't worry about this heart of mine. I know I'll survive, I'll make it through. I'll even learn to live without you. But don't turn around, 'cause you're gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around, I don't want you seeing me cry. Just walk away, it's tearing me apart that you're leaving. I'm letting you go, but I won't let you know. Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you. This love in my heart that I'm feeling for you. Let them say we're crazy, I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby, don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And when this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us. Yeah.
Because you've been so productive in the last few years, you know, with all these songs, when you're working on new material, do you think about your old material, or is that all, do you put that out of your mind, start again?
I don't forget about anything. I think it's all a connection. I find that, I mean, I really believe that there's a greater power, whatever you want to call it, God, the divine, the universe, it doesn't matter. I find connection all the time in my life, Somebody calls you and tells you something, and you heard something a week before or a year before, and you're so conscious and aware because you want to be, because if you have to be. I think because I want to experience life, When you tell me that you love me. I want to call the stars down from the sky. I want to live a day that never dies. I want to change the world only for you. All the impossible I want to do. I want to hold you close under the rain. I want to kiss your smile and feel the pain. I know what's beautiful looking at you. In a world of lies, you are the truth. And baby, every time you touch me, I become a hero. I'll make you safe no matter where you are, and bring you anything you ask for. Nothing is above me. I'm shining like a candle in the dark when you tell me that you love me. When you tell me that you love me. When you tell me that you love me. Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every game. To taste the sweet, I face the pain. I rise and fall, yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time when I'm more than I thought I could be, when all of my dreams are a heartbeat away, and the answers are all up to me. Give me one moment in time when I'm racing with destiny. Then in that one moment of time, I will be free.
There's one more song I think I'd like to hear a little bit of, which is Knocking at Your Door. Again, very, very different. Let's hear a bit, Matthias, Knocking at Your Door.
I was never much for talking. I was busy getting by. I was always going somewhere, and I can't remember why. I've been missing you like crazy, like I'm guilty of a crime. You're a
hard one to remember, a hard one to remember, and I do it all the time. And I didn't want to say the words, and I didn't want to cry the tears that are on my mind. Yeah, they're on my mind as I'm standing here knocking on your door. I was never much for changing. I'm as stubborn as a stone. And I don't deserve forgiveness. I'm knocking on your door, but you know, I'm not happy with this, and I'm not going to say I'm sorry and all this stuff. And then at the very end, it turns it around and says, I'm knocking on your door, you know, listen, I want to say the word now. I'm sorry.
So it's a classic argument, basically, because
Yes.
you know how it is when you have a big argument with someone and you feel very indignant initially,
yes.
and then of course you go away and think about it. Well, maybe I was a bit of an idiot.
And learning, you know, having learnt to control your ego, you realize, yeah, you know, you've done that in your life, you know, so write about it, you know, so people can understand that.
What I find very interesting about your songs, Albert, and this is on this new album, but also going right back, is that many of them are actually about very normal, everyday experiences. When I need you, someone's away, you know. Never rains in Southern California. Got a dream, it's not coming true. You know, knocking at your door, having an argument. But what you do is you take these songs and you always turn them into a kind of much bigger feeling. Because when you have an argument, it doesn't feel like a big feeling. It feels like a little niggler. Do you know what I mean? And then you deal with it, whatever. All of the songs are a bit like that. It's kind of something which I think is a theme in your writing.
Because it's the way I am and who I am, you know. I mean, I could have a limousine, you know, pick me up, and, you know, I like to take the bus. I like to take the train. I don't mind flying economy, you know, because
You want to be in life.
I want to be in life and in love, you know. I don't want to be hidden somewhere. I mean, it just, no. Otherwise, I'm not experiencing really what life is. And life is precious. It's beautiful. I mean, I wake up every day and I go, I'm so glad that I can see, I can hear, I can speak. And, you know, I wrote a song called Brand New Day, which became my mum's favorite song, you know, and that every day is a brand new day, you know.
Musical question, sounds stupid, but remember, I'm not a musician. There's only 8 notes in the world, or 12, I suppose you could say, with the semitones. And, you know, Albert, you're a melody man. I mean, these are melodies that are very, very memorable.
Crazy, no?
Yeah. So what I always think is, how many melodies could there be left in the world? Isn't it, you know, doesn't the well run dry some point?
I think you can write millions and millions of more songs, you know. I don't think there's a problem in that. Sometimes I think it all comes from somewhere to us musicians or songwriters, it comes through us so the world can hear it, you know. And more or less, I've sometimes thought of that, you know, that because sometimes you finish a song and you really don't realize how you did it. I think the whole body of work is based upon, you get to a point that the world is too heavy for you, and rather than letting it crush you, you leave it outside and you go within. And when you go within, you feel better. You realize how much love you have, how much compassion you have, how much you want to give without expecting anything back. And then you realize how much better you feel. There's a road outside, I hear the wheels go rolling through the rain. And I see you off in the other room, you maybe said my name. In a long and lonesome lonesome feeling goes down into my bones, and I grab my bag by the kitchen door and I leave you there alone. You know freedom don't come easily, always hard and never free. It hangs around a while but never stays. So you go as far as you can go and hope the ones who love you know that every road you travel runs both ways. If you ever walked an open field and night was falling down, and you opened up your eyes to see the heavens roll around, well, you may have heard the voice I heard, a message from the sky. There is so much more to life than waiting round to die. You know freedom don't come easily, always hard and never free. It hangs around a while but never stays. And you go as far as you can go and hope the ones who love you know that every road you travel runs both ways. Now the history of everywhere is all written by the kings, and the ordinary man like me have never wrote a thing. So I'm gonna be a mockingbird, and I'll take off on the wings, and I'll comfort lonely travelers with a song, what song I sing. You know freedom don't come easily, always hard and never free. It hangs around a while but never stays. But you go as far as you can go and hope the ones who love you know that every road you travel runs both ways. Yes, every road you travel runs both ways.
This album came out of a very, I don't know if difficult is the right term, but definitely a sort of a big period of change, should we put it that way, in your life. Now you've written all these songs, you've completed this album, beautiful album. How do you think it's helped you deal with this period in your life?
Oh, I think it's definitely helped me deal with everything. I mean, including the disease, you know, the autoimmune disease, you know, which I'm dealing with. And I think it's made me a better person. I think I feel love more. I never feel sorry for people. I feel compassion for people. Before I would say, oh, I'm so sorry about this, but now I feel compassion, you know, I feel, because what all this has done, it's taken away an important part of myself, which is my voice, to be able to carry on, you know, doing what I love the most, you know. Not only writing and recording, but going out and performing for people around the world and watching smiles, you know, and I've grown. I mean, it's just helped me tremendously, you know. But I'm going to be 80 next year. Hopefully I can tour until I'm 90 at least.
Don't look it. That I can definitely say.
But that's my problem. You see, when I ask for a wheelchair, they say, "Are you crazy?
Get up and walk."
No, get up and walk.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Will.
Looking back, I'm glad